Hello, welcome to PCSA's end of term update. My name is Angelos Markoutsas, I'm the principal, and for the next few minutes I would like to update you of all the work that has taken place during term 1 and a few of our plans and arrangements for term 2. I would like to start by saying a big thank you for your support this term. Obviously, we all found ourselves in uncharted waters, but with your support and the goodwill and work of the staff, I think we've had a very good term on all aspects, especially in terms of communication, which I'm going to talk in a minute. Before I go further into discussing the term, I would like to remind you that this Friday, as you can see on the screen, the 16th of October, is an inset day. So staff will be in school working, but the school will be closed for all students, and then will commence on term 2 for November the 2nd. Furthermore, thank you again, as I said, in terms of communication and the start of term, and I'm particularly delighted with your response in terms of car park and arrival to school. Clearly, you know now that students are using different zones, different bubbles, and part of our risk assessment is to ask all parents not to come into school, especially when they drive the students here, and that has worked excellently, and thank you very much for your support. I know it's not ideal, but this is something that probably we will have to carry on for the terms to come. Communication again has been brilliant. You have been all fantastic in communicating with school for absences, or if any of the students exhibit symptoms or waiting for tests, and you have made our life so much easier in terms of a track and trace system. So far, everything has been really good for us. Furthermore, I would like to remind you about our facilities here. We've had some emails about toilets, and we have made a considerable investment in terms of toilets. So far we have spent approximately £7,000 providing students with more toilet facilities. Again, talking numbers, before lockdown all students would have had access to the splash world. Now we have opened the toilet facilities across the school. There are specific toilets within the year group bubbles, and per capita there are more toilets now for students than there were before, with only splash world use. And as I said, we didn't go for any, if you like, cheap options. We have managed to acquire toilets that at the moment they're the best we could get in terms of a temporary solution. The toilets we're using, even in temporary, even the ones we've managed to rent, they're using main water supply, they're connected with the main sewers, they are cleaned regularly. So again, although not ideal, we have managed to provide the students with the best possible temporary solution. In terms of outdoor seating, again, I had some parents asking me about more facilities of that manner. We have ordered more outdoor seating furniture. All this will take place during the 2 week of half term, and as soon as students are back for term 2, there will be more outdoor seating for them outside. Similarly, with the restaurant, we have the separate zones. Is working really well at the moment. And one change we're going to make is that from term 2, the restaurant will be available for all students. At the moment, because of our risk assessment again, the restaurant was available only for students who were purchasing food in the restaurant. From term 2, students who come to school with a packed lunch will have availability in the restaurant as well. So if they want to go in the restaurant and have their lunch, they're more than welcome to do so. Similarly, the restaurant is closed for break time following a risk assessment, but we're looking for solutions in the future to be able to open the restaurant for all year groups for break time as well. Furthermore, my next point is all about risk assessment, and again, this has come from numerous emails I got from parents, and I do understand that it's getting colder and it's getting more uncomfortable to have doors and windows opened. But again, this is part of national guidance and part of a risk assessment that there has to be adequate ventilation in all rooms. At the moment, this is part of a risk assessment. We must have doors and windows open. As a school, and in combination with our trust, we have asked for extra guidance from the DFE and from North Somerset. So we're hoping for a better solution into term 2 and as the weather is getting colder. At the moment, all we can say is students can wear the coats in the lessons and perhaps wear warmer clothes in the months to come if they find it cold. We have the heating on, we're trying to do the best we can to provide a comfortable environment, but at the moment we're looking for further guidance into this matter. Furthermore, I wanted to just say a few things about the curriculum, and as probably most parents are aware, we have managed to provide a full curriculum for our students. As I said, not ideal, it's not what we want to deliver and where we want to be, but we are offering a full curriculum to all our students, especially for year 10s and 11s, the Key Stage 4 students. They do have practical lessons. We have honored all of the options. We have managed to isolate areas such as DT, drama, music, where students can go and do the practical lessons. We're again looking for more solutions into the idea of our Key Stage 3 students have similar experiences. But rest assured, we are working tirelessly to be able to offer this in the future. Remote learning is another area that is very important to us. So I hope you all feel reassured that if a student has to self-isolate because of COVID or any other illness, they have to be absent from the school. Everyone has now a Google Classroom code and they are able to to access learning that has been provided by the teachers on a regular basis. And again, if there are any questions on that, I would be more than welcome either to take your questions or hear your feedback in terms of remote learning provision. This is an area that I'm particularly delighted. Obviously, it's no ideal receiving new students into the school, coming into a new environment with such measures in place. But again, I am delighted as to how well new students, year 7 students have settled into the school. I try to be, during social times and during lessons, in the year 7 bubble as much as possible, and the rest of the leadership team as well. And it is a delight to see how well the students are doing. If any year 7 parents, you have any concerns, any questions, any comments at all, I'd be more than welcome again to receive your questions or your feedback. Furthermore, I would like to discuss a couple of things about the plans we have for term 2. The first one is about the end of day. So far, part of our risk assessment again, we have staggered end to the day. So year 7s, 8s, 9s, 10s and 11s would finish at different times. From term 2, this will not be the case. All students will finish at 5 to 3. What we've done, however, we have now 3 different exits, so students were coming out from different exits altogether. So there will be one exit for year 7s and 8s, one exit for year 9s and one exit for 10s and 11s. And that will give us the opportunity now to go through with an end of day tutor program, which unfortunately was incomplete, especially for year 7s, 8s and 9s. So from term 2, all students will be finishing at 5 to 3. Furthermore, a couple of things about isolation guidance, because again, some parents have asked for guidance on this as well. It is, I think, clear now from DFE and national guidance that if any member of the household is exhibiting COVID symptoms, the immediate family, so if a mum or a dad or a carer or a brother or a sister, I think you would have to self-isolate in terms of school attendance until you have a test and the test is negative. And that would help us as well to make sure that we're keeping the school safe and obviously the overall community. So if you need any further guidance on that, again, give us a call or email us and we'll be more than happy to help and support with this. The last bullet point about holidays, we've had some parents asking us for guidance on that matter as well. So I've looked at the guidance myself yesterday, and if you decide to go abroad in a country that is not on the list of safe travel, then you would have to self-isolate on return for 14 days. Clearly, you cannot attend school if you go abroad and you have to self-isolate. We will provide work for students who would have to self-isolate, but then I cannot give you guidance or advice whether to go abroad or not. I'm sure you can all go online and take guidance for yourselves. All I can tell you is that if you come back and you have to self-isolate, students will not be able to attend school for 14 days. But we will provide with work on a daily basis. My next point is about an observation I have made on a personal level. Obviously, at the end of every day, I do walk the area and I go to the estate or the shopping centre precinct just down the road, and I have witnessed quite a few of my students going to the local shops without wearing a mask. And again, I would like to remind you and encourage you that students should be wearing a mask when they're in local shops. They should try to keep themselves, their families, their community, their school as safe as possible. So just a little note about awareness of us trying to make the school and the community as safe as possible. My final note again is to say a massive thank you to all of you for your support, your goodwill, your communication, and please keep it coming to us and communicate with us and send us emails and make your phone calls, because that's the only way that we can operate as a school and trying to keep the community as safe as possible. I would like to remind you that ideally your first point of contact should be your son's or daughter's tutor. Please pass your question or query or concern or feedback to your son's or daughter's tutor, and then they will communicate with us so we can have adequate communication. I hope you all have a very good half term, a good break, and I hope you all stay safe and stay well. Thank you very much, and looking forward already to see you after half term. Goodbye.